This dedication honors Dan Rivera, veteran, teacher, investigator, and cherished friend to many of those close to him, whose unwavering passion for the unknown illuminated countless paths for those seeking understanding in the shadows. Dan's journey into the paranormal began not in fame or recognition, but in the quiet corners of his childhood home, where unexplainable moments planted the first seeds of a lifelong calling. That calling only deepened after his honorable service in the U.S. Army, where his strength, discipline, and sense of duty laid the foundation for his next great mission, uncovering the truth in the face of the unexplained. From founding his own investigation group to being mentored by the legendary Lorraine Warren, Dan's life was a bridge between two worlds, the seen and the unseen, the present and the past. As the lead investigator for the New England Society for Psychic Research since 2011, he carried the torch of those who came before him with humility and heart. In Lorraine's final years, Dan stood faithfully by her side, not just as a colleague, but as a devoted companion in the pursuit of truth. His work reached far beyond haunted houses and cold spots, through appearances on shows like Most Haunted Places and his work as a consulting producer for 28 Days Haunted. Dan shared his knowledge with the world, but more than anything, he was a teacher, committed to educating others, demystifying the paranormal, and encouraging people to explore with open minds and grounded hearts. Dan Rivera walked bravely into places others feared, to tread not for fame, but for clarity, for connection, for compassion. His legacy is not only in the stories he uncovered, but in the lives he touched along the way. In every creaking floorboard, every whisper in the dark, and every mystery still waiting to be solved, Dan's spirit lives on. Thank you, Dan, for everything. You are deeply missed. You are forever remembered. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Ghost Tracks Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Tina.
And I'm Molly. Today we're covering the strange and unsettling stories that surround the infamous doll, Annabelle, especially in the light of the sad and mysterious passing of her handler, Dan Rivera. Annabelle came into the possession of Ed and Lorraine Warren in 1970 and has been a central topic in paranormal circles, media, horror culture, and movies. Most people know her as the creepy Raggedy Ann doll that was gifted to a nurse named Donna by her mother.
Thanks, Mom. Real thoughtful.
Right. Donna and her roommate, Angie, started noticing bizarre things happening almost immediately after Annabelle arrived. They found little handwritten notes that said, "Help us," or "Help Lou," written on parchment paper that they didn't even own, and always in crayon, like a child had written them. They also began to find the doll in odd positions and in different parts of the apartment. Angie's friend Lou hated that doll from the beginning. He always sensed something evil and unsettling about it. And it turns out, Lou became Annabelle's target. Maybe the entity saw Lou as a threat, someone who might ruin its soul-snatching plans. The notes even started changing to "Help Lou" after a while. One day, Donna came home from work and found what looked like a blood-red substance on Annabelle's hands. At that point, she decided to see a medium. During the reading, the medium said that the doll was inhabited by a spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, who had died in a field right where Donna's apartment building now stood. The medium explained that Annabelle's spirit felt safe with Donna and Angie and wanted to stay with them. Just so you know, Tina, if you ever come home with a haunted doll, the answer is abso-fucking-lutely not.
Duly noted, but let's be real. I'm more likely to bring home haunted Tupperware than a demon doll. Although bones are really my forte, I can't promise that I won't bring home a bone or 7.
You know what?
But I guess I draw the line at human bones. I don't think I've ever brought home a human bone, so.
Well, I think you were onto something about the haunted Tupperware because you had something growing in that last one.
Look, my car's name is Dirty Gertie for a reason, and she wouldn't have that name if I kept her clean and sparkly, so.
You know, she's got to live up to it, I guess, right?
Guess, yep. I can't go cleaning her and throwing everybody off.
No.
People have expectations.
Those are the kind of expectations, I guess, you know. I guess you can keep those.
I can absolutely live up to those.
Well, Donna and Angie, they felt bad for the lonely little lost ghost girl, and they agreed to let Annabelle stay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was a big mistake because they
Well-
just said, yeah, sure. I'll believe the one medium we took this doll to. I'll believe it after the first go around. They didn't even get a second opinion.
Right. Always get a second opinion when your
Yeah.
doll is haunted. I mean, come on.
Let's get a
Common
second
sense,
opinion
guys.
before we're like, oh yeah, come in, little dead
It's definitely
ghost girl.
just a little child. It's definitely not a demon.
I don't know. Little ghost girls are kind of. I think I'm more
Little
frightened.
human
Yeah,
girls
I'm
are-
scared more of those than I would be a demon. Just like when I was using the spirit box, the Estes method that we just had, it was like a little girl's voice saying,
We have some stuff for upcoming investigations that we're doing, and we have a spirit box, and I am desperate to do the Estes method. Like, I'm so excited to do it. And I use special headphones for when I edit the podcast and stuff. Just because I have such sensitive hearing, I have to have special kind. And I was like, these would be perfect for the Estes method. So I, again, have super sensitive hearing. Even through my fancy headphones, I can still hear stuff on the outside, even with my music. So Molly does not have superhuman hearing like I do. So I gave her the headphones, we plugged it in, and I had turned away from her so that she could not see or like read my lips or anything. And I had asked if anyone was here with us, and before I even said with us, she said here.
oh, really? Was that
Yeah,
fast?
I didn't even finish the sentence.
Well,
And
you
apparently
know,
we have a ghost child in my house.
I kind of want to do it some more,
Yeah.
but outside of the house.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely be going.
Like soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely be going out to a cemetery or just a creepy location in general, but probably a cemetery. But again, catch us on TikTok for that. I'll plug it at the end.
Oh, yeah, didn't we want to do a TikTok live tomorrow? We were going to do it Wednesday.
Either-
Should we do that
Yeah.
July, whatever?
Yeah, because we're doing fancy big girl things, big kid stuff, and we're going to our pool. Well, it's not really just a pool. It's a water park out here right by our house, and they do a 21 and over night.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go drink booze and float.
I'm already there.
Right.
I'm not even here right
We're
now.
so ready for Friday.
I'm already there. It's already, it's Friday after work, right?
Yep.
It's Friday after work. I'm
Yep.
ready.
So we were so excited about that. I was like, fuck, we have our lives on Friday night. So we're going to have to put out that we're not having a Friday night live. It will be,
Yeah. Because I
Either
will not be
tomorrow-
floating in the pool with my
No.
phone.
no, it'll either be tomorrow or we could do it Saturday, but either one of those days.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But anyway, back to our regular
Yeah,
scheduled
well-
programming.
Yeah, you know, Angie's friend Lou, yeah, he wasn't so thrilled that they agreed to let the ghost of Annabelle Higgins, so, you know, quote unquote, the 7-year-old little girl inhabit this doll that already creeped him out. And
I don't blame him.
no, he had a right to be worried. And he started having terrifying nightmares where Annabelle would appear on his bed, crawl up his legs,
Oh, hell no.
and start choking him.
That's like a really
And
weird
that
sex
was-
dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a kink or anything like that. No, he woke up panicked and he was drenched in sweat.
Rightly so.
Days later, Lou and Angie were planning a trip when they heard noises in Donna's room. Thinking that someone had broken in, went in and checked it out. Everything looked normal except Annabelle.
Damn doll.
She was now sitting in the corner of the room instead of on the bed.
Put her on the bed.
Who? I don't know. I have a weird thing with dolls. I have American Girl dolls, and I used to be obsessed with Raggedy Ann dolls.
No, see, I've always thought they creep me out. Like, I've never been a fan of Raggedy Ann dolls.
Oh, I loved Raggedy Ann and Andy, like the show and stuff. They didn't creep me out.
I didn't even know there
Elmo.
was a show.
Elmo creeped me out. You wouldn't catch me with Elmo.
I liked Elmo.
See? Difference of opinion. Well,
Different strokes for different folks.
exactly. And Lou didn't like that stroke that...
Apparently not. He was like, that's where I draw the line.
He didn't like that stroke that Annabelle gave him in his dream. No.
Nope.
Well, he walked towards her and he felt someone behind him. You know, like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Like I got on my daughter's birthday.
Yep.
We were getting ready for my daughter's birthday.
It was just Mary.
Was that like a week ago? A little over a week ago?
Yeah, it was after we did Bloody Mary, and that's why I told you that was just our little friend Mary.
I was in the kitchen. I was getting some stuff ready, and I thought that my son had walked behind me up on my left, and so I turned around to see like what he was doing, and he wasn't there. So I was like, did he already walk off? And then I turned around again. There was literally no one downstairs with me. So, yeah, I had a friend.
I witnessed you both times that you felt something behind you, because I remember looking at you because you
at work.
Well, yeah, I remember seeing you look behind yourself and you're like, So now I know your freaked out face. When you sense something,
It's
I know
a highly suspicious face.
No, it's like this, like you're trying to like not. I don't know. You're like half smiling, half like, what the fuck just happened?
I kind of like this, but I kind of don't.
Yep. So Lou decided that he was going to go and walk up to Annabelle and felt this presence behind him. And when he spun around, there was no one there. He felt a sharp pain on his chest, though. His shirt was torn and claw marks appeared on his chest.
She really getting freaky leaky.
Now he's getting scratched.
Homie, you done fucked up.
Yep. Well, the wounds healed in just 2 days, but that was enough to convince them that they needed some serious help. They called an Episcopalian priest who contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren. The Warrens concluded this wasn't a ghost. It was a demonic entity.
See those second opinions, guys.
Right? They should have done that from the beginning before they just like signed it in blood.
Here.
Well, demons don't possess objects, only people. But this one was clinging to the doll and using it as a conduit to eventually possess Donna. So basically it was kind of just using it as like a carrot on a string.
Yeah, so like a stepping stone to hop, skip, and jump right into her body.
Yeah. Yep, basically. Well, a priest performed an exorcism at Donna and Angie's apartment while the Warrens took Annabelle home. Ed refused to take the highway, fearing an accident. Instead, they took the back roads, and still the car engine stalled, the brakes failed, and the power steering kept cutting out. Ed finally stopped, took the doll out of the bag, and sprinkled her with some holy water, and the disturbances stopped.
Did it sizzle? I want to know if it sizzled. Like, we got to get in contact with Ed on the other side and be like, bro, I have questions.
I want to know why they didn't just douse this thing in holy water to begin with.
A bath.
It has
put her in a tote of it.
A daemon attached to it.
Daemon.
And they just sit in the back seat.
Ed and Lorraine were
I
had to tie her to the roof.
Annabelle's just getting the princess treatment.
Apparently.
Well, once home, Ed left the doll on his desk and she began to levitate. Because that's normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's normal behavior.
All the time. I do it sometimes. I mean, come on.
Right? Light as a feather.
Stiff as a board.
Then she started appearing in different rooms around the Warrens' home. They brought in a Catholic priest.
It's always a Catholic priest.
But he laughed off the doll's reputation.
Oh, honey.
Bad idea. Because on his way home, his car crashed. He survived, but his car was totaled. Eventually, the Warrens built a locked wooden case with glass, blessed by priests, to contain the doll.
Yes, to contain the doll.
I was just reading that.
Are we sure?
Weird. Yeah, no, it contained her.
It definitely contained her.
She is contained in the container of the containment.
Except when she's not.
We'll get there. She still resides in that case today, but whatever's attached to her is still there waiting. And in fact, she's not in that same original case. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Because fast forward 55 years later,
a long ass time. This doll's old,
right?
I didn't realize that it. I mean, logically, I know because I had the same thing with. So I have records, like a lot of records downstairs in my front room. And I don't remember who I was talking to. I think it was my daughter. And I was talking about how old the records were. And I was like, they're like, and then I stopped and I was like, oh my God, they're like 70 years old. Because some of those records are from the 50s.
Wow.
They are 70, almost 80 years old.
And
And I was like, the fuck?
And I'm sure, somebody still that age, they probably feel like it went in a blink of an eye because time just flies.
It's a blink of an eye when you're haunted, too.
Well,
P.S.
It's all timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. That's how time is. So, we're fast-forwarding 55 years now, and Annabelle, she's on tour, people. Yes, on tour. The Devil's on the Run, and it was led by Dan Rivera, a United States veteran, and Lorraine Warren's protege. He became the lead investigator for the New England Society for Psychic Research in 2011. Dan, having worked closely with Lorraine, took his role as Annabelle's handler very seriously. The original case remained at the Warrens Museum, but for the tour, Dan built a new protective case, stained with holy water and adorned with crosses. He followed a strict precaution when handling the doll, which makes me feel a little bit better. Do you think they'll take her out while we're there?
Hell no.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
I really don't think.
By the way, we're going to go see Annabelle.
We're going to go see Annabelle.
We're seeing
So
her.
if we don't come back, we probably got haunted and she yeeted us into,
Yeah.
I don't know, the abyss.
We're going in October.
Spooky month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very excited. We will be adorning ourselves with some protective jewelry.
I'll probably order some holy water, And some people are like,
I don't know we need holy water.
I'm getting it, girl. Everywhere I go, everywhere I've lived, some things like to follow me. Okay?
I'm thinking we just make some sage spray and stuff, and I think we'd be okay.
Well, if that worked, why aren't they putting sage spray? They're using holy water.
We're not touching the bitch. We're not handling her. We're merely gazing upon her.
Didn't touch the doll, and he
was very nasty to her. He didn't like her. He verbalized those things. I'll be sweet talking this girl. I'll be like, hey, baby, how are you?
That's true.
You're so pretty.
Okay, the priest, he mocked her. And they crashed. There was that guy not too long ago that went to the Warrens Museum, and he and his girlfriend had gone there on his motorcycle, and he tapped on the glass, which he wasn't supposed to.
And being mean.
He was mean to her, got in a motorcycle accident, and he died.
So I feel like if we just roll up there and be respectful of her, we'll be fine.
But I don't want to be too respectful.
No, I'm not trying to be friends with her.
I'm not trying to be Donna and Angie right now.
I'm just going to be like, hey, girl, hey.
No, I'm not even going to talk to her.
You're so cute.
No,
stay right there.
No.
You look so gorgeous in that glass case.
We are invisible to her.
Yes. You can't see us.
I'm just going to peek over.
Yep. But we'll be getting lots of footage.
Yes.
We will. Respectfully, of course. We won't be rude. I'll probably ask for permission or explain what I'm doing just to do so. What were his precautions?
Okay, and we're going to see if they follow these same precautions, if they even feel comfortable taking her out. So precautions are wearing gloves. Rivera always wore gloves when handling the Annabelle doll.
Weren't there things in the gloves? I think I read that he had like special amulets like inside the lining.
That was during an interview. Someone had said that, but everything else, like all the written research that I found, it just said that he wore gloves that was dipped in holy water.
Okay.
Like he would soak the holy water. And
gotcha.
But I do know that it was like some kind of, maybe it was iron, because
they were amulets of sorts is what I heard. And they were like in the lining of the gloves.
Because I know there's something about iron. So he would also use religious blessings. He would go to church for confession and have priests bless him before touching the doll. Protective case. Rivera housed the doll in a special case which he built himself. The case was stained with a mixture containing holy water and featured 3 crosses representing the Holy Trinity. Rivera took great care when moving the doll in and out of the case, suggesting a meticulous and cautious approach to managing the doll. Emphasis on respect and protection. Rivera emphasized the importance of respect for the doll and the demonic entity believed to be attached to it, according to today.com. He also stressed the importance of taking precautions and educating people on paranormal phenomena. He was careful, respectful, and meticulous. Never theatrical as some other people we know. Sorry,
We're
Zach.
gonna be sued. I swear
Sorry,
to God.
Zach. You know it's true.
Right.
We're not
in your medium shirts and your muscles and
He's still good to look at, but no.
He's really not that cute.
I used to think, I don't know what he looks like now, but back in the day, that's why I started watching.
I have never found him attractive. But that is just me personally. I know other people find him very attractive. Different strokes for different folks. That's not a stroke I want to be on.
It's nice. He's very nice.
Very nice.
He's nice. Very nice. Okay. Where was I? Okay.
That's where we were.
All right. Cool. He was never theatrical, just grounded in protection and education. A month before the tour came to New Orleans, Dan appeared on Ghost City Tours podcast and shared this creepy story because the podcaster host asked him, you've been through all these investigations. Did you ever bring anything home with you? Mm-hmm. And this is what he answered with. He said that he was sitting in the living room at like 3 a.m. and suddenly the TV upstairs turned on. And he was like, how did that happen? Because he doesn't have it set on a timer. And another time, he was laying on his bed in his bedroom when he saw a black shadow walk across his son's bedroom. He thought it was his son. He called out his son's name, and there was no answer. Then he walked down there, and the room was empty. So, that was just like a couple of his experiences. So, even though he's taken all these precautions and stuff, sometimes there's just, sometimes you're a beacon.
Right. And it doesn't always have to be a malicious thing either. Yeah. Sometimes it's just that they're curious and they're not necessarily attached to you, but they can follow you or show up in your space, and then they just leave. Like, it's a case by case.
I think
they're just as curious
so
as
many
us.
Possibilities.
Yeah.
I really do think there's so many possibilities. I think some people's houses are like a train station of ghosts going in and out.
Here's a thought. Imagine a lot of people say that we have different planes of existence, right? So our planes could be running parallel to one another, and then that veil that is just in between those planes can sometimes become very thin or lift completely, and then all of a sudden, maybe the people that are existing in that other plane of existence see us, and we're seeing them. We're both thinking that they're ghosts and deceased, but it's just another level, another plane of existence somewhere out there that we are seeing through to. So
I have thought the same thing. And what if some of the hauntings that we're having are either past or future selves of ourselves?
Yeah.
Like
and we're obviously paranormally curious, right? Should be like a sexual orientation of these days. We're paranormally curious. Mm-hmm. So we go and investigate, and we're looking for these signs and these things, proof that there is something else beyond. And what if the other side is literally just doing the same? So what if those curious people or entities on the other side are coming through to us, and we're seeing it as, oh my God, we contacted something, so some haunting is happening, but in reality it's just the other part coming through too.
Yeah. Well, if you think of the world being run on very high-tech, like energy, like mathematical codes making up the world, right? And we're on this timeline because that's where our energy matches up to. And then what if you change your energy?
Right.
And then you jump onto like either a higher or lower timeline.
Like frequencies. Well, and like opening our third eye and our crown chakra and being able to see those other things. What if the people on the other side have mastered that and are able to come through more easily? But again, we're just seeing it as hauntings. What if they have the ability to come in and out almost at will? Because I do know some people are able to just kind of walk in between.
Like astral
projecting,
dream walking.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna start practicing.
We're opening our minds, guys.
Well, I think
reading. We're onto something. If we disappear, it's the Men in Black. Because I think they have jurisdiction over this shit too. We need to stop talking.
They have to catch me first.
I'm not ready.
I'm
to
squirrely.
Disappear.
I'm fucking squirrely, man.
I bite. Leave me alone.
I bite. You'll get teeth and bloody bite. Oh, I was reading about astral travel, and it laid it out so simple of how to get yourself to a very comfortable state where you can start moving your energy out little by little.
I need my bedroom to cool down by several hundred degrees, it feels like, before I'm even able to get comfortable. Because my room is like a goddamn sauna right now. It's horrible.
I'm going to have to get noise-canceling headphones first before I try.
18 fans.
Yeah, well, I need that too.
In my room. It's so hot. Guys, we're on the surface of the sun.
It's 89 degrees out and it's 7:30.
It's disgusting.
Now to get to the section that's not so fun, because sadly on July 13th, 2025, Dan Rivera passed away unexpectedly at the age of 54. The coroner confirmed there was nothing suspicious. An autopsy is pending, with results expected to take anywhere from 60 to 90 days. Dan left behind his wife Sarah and 4 children when he passed away. His family is grieving his loss and has asked for privacy during this difficult time. His son, David Rivera, started a GoFundMe page to help cover the funeral expenses and care for the children, stating that his father died without a life insurance policy. He emphasized that Dan was a dedicated father and husband who was the pillar of light, strength, and love in their family. Out of respect for Dan, we're not entertaining theories that Annabelle had anything to do with his death, just because,
I think he just respected the doll.
Yeah. I feel like those working with him too, if they're feeling like they can carry on Dan's legacy and tour with the doll, then they're not suspecting it either. Unfortunately, there's just not enough information yet, and it's not like the best thing to speculate, and we don't want to be putting our own speculations out there while there's a grieving family.
Right.
It's so easy for people that have never met somebody to, mock someone's death or anything like that.
Well, and from the outside looking in, and and I'm not saying that I know of anyone specifically, but when there are other content creators, we'll say that like a blanket term, when there are other content creators that are out there speculating and spreading a narrative that Annabelle caused this death because she has caused all these other things directly or indirectly, disregarding the request of those closest to Dan and his family, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
So we're not here to do that.
Yep, because I've read a few things from basically, from the woman that I think she was like the person who ran the hotel that he was at when he passed away. She was begging them to stop with the theories.
Right.
That Annabelle had something to do with his death. And when I was really thinking about it, kind of just sensationalizes the doll even more and takes away from Dan. Like, his life should be celebrated.
His life is the one that's lost, and his family is the ones that are grieving, and people need to have a sense of respect for that instead of running wild with nonsense, really. But
well, Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters, he had said his family shouldn't have to read that kind of nonsense while they're grieving. The New England Society for Psychic Research shared a heartfelt message calling Dan a vital part of their team, praising his passion, compassion, integrity, and devotion to family.
And we're also not here to say that that there is nothing to Annabelle.
Yeah.
And that this is all just, publicity or, anything like that, because obviously, history speaks. We're how many years into this now? 55. Obviously, there have been documentations of things happening, personal encounters outside of the speculated deaths and injuries and stuff like that. There are recordings, there's physical evidence of these things happening to people who have handled her and at the time of handling, and they truly believed that this entity was also attached to her. And if the people that are handling her believe those things and are truly fearful of, and that's why they're taking those precautions to protect themselves, yes, something is going on with Annabelle. Obviously, yes, there is something there, but that doesn't also mean that that's what killed him.
No.
He could have had an underlying health issue that was none of the world's business, and unfortunately he passed away at an early age due to those things. It could have been anything. But we did mention this earlier.
Well, actually, what I was going to mention, because I forgot to make a part about it. But there were some strange occurrences that happened around Annabelle,
Mhm.
the doll. Do you obviously remember when it went to Louisiana?
Right.
They had inmates that escaped.
Mhm.
And while she was there, they also had that plantation burned down. Before Annabelle left Louisiana, a voodoo priestess, I watched the video on it too, a voodoo priestess bound her. Now, I don't know if that was done with permission because it kind of looked like they were just trying to pack her up and she popped out of nowhere and she's like, I'm going to bind you and all that stuff happened.
Could just be people being crazy.
I mean, it's Louisiana, you never know. And then she went to Texas.
Mhm.
I mean, there was rumors that she was lost. We don't know. But then that terrible, horrible flood happened.
Mhm. Shortly
And that was
after, I
awful.
think she left,
Yeah.
and then the flooding happened there.
And then what was it? Pennsylvania, their 911
System went down.
down.
Statewide.
Now, it was reported from Dan that he did not believe that had anything to do with Annabelle.
Mhm.
But coincidence? I don't know. Wasn't there something else that happened?
I'm sure there was. But we're also in Mercury retrograde, guys.
Yeah.
So some of these, especially like the 911 system, Mercury retrograde, if you're not familiar with that, causes communication issues, whether that be, personal between two people just communicating or telephone, text messages, stuff. It also affects computer systems and electronics. So
I've been dealing with a lot of that.
Yeah, me too. So Mercury just be retrograding out there and people be blaming Annabelle. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, well,
and we're going through severe heat waves around most of the country right now, which also causes our electrical systems. It stresses them out and they don't function well or at all in some cases. So, I mean, there are multiple possibilities here. Could be Annabelle. It could have nothing to do with Annabelle and her, demon BFF. But either way.
Yeah. You know what I couldn't find? The actual name of the
I was just
demon.
thinking the name of the demon.
You were just thinking that?
We're sharing the brain cell
We are
right
sharing
now.
the brain.
We
Because
both
I was
have
sitting
it.
here thinking, I'm like, everything that I've read was no mention.
Mhm.
But they probably know the name.
They probably do, but naming it gives it power.
Exactly.
So, but as we already said earlier, we are going to see Annabelle in October. We're super excited. We're going hopping over to Illinois for that at the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. So if we come back with 12 scratches, one mysterious cough, and a haunted souvenir mug, you'll know why.
Don't ask too many questions. Maybe we did it to ourselves. You never know.
Yeah, I hope not. Like I said, I just bought that Hyperstein.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna charge it. I'm gonna make sure I'm armed. So Annabelle was not the only controversial doll. We've had Robert the doll.
Yes.
Peggy. There was Elizabeth, the bridal doll. I almost did a story on her.
Well, bride dolls just don't.
No, she was an adult doll.
That's even
But you know
weirder.
what thing had in common with all these dolls? Between Robert, Peggy, Elizabeth, Annabelle. Huh?
Kiku. Wasn't that another one?
Oh, Kiku. Yes. Yep, Okiku. All those dolls were named after the children that they were given to or the adults that they were given to. Because Elizabeth, an adult woman, she wasn't even into dolls, but she was walking past like this antique shop with her husband, and she saw her in the window and she thought she was so beautiful and just had to have her. Now, I don't know how true this is. It seemed pretty fake to me when I saw it on TV, but they were being interviewed by this co-host and host of this show in UK, and they had the doll on a rocking chair, and then the husband and wife were on another couch. The wife looked highly uncomfortable, like she didn't want to be there, like she was really rigid, and like her body language seemed believable as somebody that was uncomfortable, but it could have been for other reasons. But out of nowhere, the doll started rocking in the chair. And the wife didn't even freak out. Nobody freaked out. The co-host and host were just like, oh yeah, look at her rocking. And I'm like, yeah, okay, where's the fishing line?
Right. Motorized.
Because, yeah.
Fake.
Exactly.
Boo.
So,
boo, people.
So when stuff like that happens, where there could have easily been some stuff going on with Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that, like, they fake some stuff,
Right.
it just takes some credibility away.
Mhm.
And, you know, like, you don't need to fake shit if something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to mention that because there's another favorite toy right now that is making some
Waves.
and people are saying that it's demonically possessed, and that would be the Labubu.
Not the Labubu.
Yep, another doll that they think is cursed. The Labubu dolls, originally based on fairy tales, these dolls have sparked a social media panic.
Has
And
no one learned anything from Satanic Panic? No. Not a single person has learned anything from this.
of course not. And you'll see.
Because people are dumb.
You'll see. I made a whole list of, and you'll see what all of them have in common.
People being stupid.
What all of them have in common.
Religion.
So the reports include dolls moving on their own, strange noises, emotional symptoms, irritability, anxiety, insomnia, claims of bad luck or deaths. Some are burning their dolls to break supposed curses, which, by the way, if you believe something is demonically possessed, do not burn it or try to destroy it because it will just move to the next object.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't work like that, people. So they're often linked to Pazuzu, the demon from The Exorcist, because of their mischievous look. But experts and the creators say this is all mass hysteria. Labubu's creator, Casting Lung, said they were inspired by European fairy tales and were never meant to be evil. And I'm sorry if I butchered his name. I read it as
We don't speak that language.
I read it as I saw it. So we're going to go into a little bit of a satanic panic throwback because this isn't new. Toys have long been accused of harboring dark forces, and we're going to start with number 1, the Cabbage Patch doll. And it was rumored between the 1980s and 1990s that the dolls were satanic, demon-possessed, and due to their lifelike appearance and adoption theme, seemed to be a parody of childbirth or creation. And rumors circulated that children became emotionally attached in unhealthy ways, or that the doll was used in occult rituals, and this was rumored by a group of Christians.
Yep.
And notable incidents was chain letters. Remember chain letters? Chain letters in the 1980s warned parents that the dolls caused children to become ill or behave strangely. Did you have a Cabbage Patch doll?
Nope.
I
But
did.
my sister did.
I had one. Her name was Emily. I loved her. So obviously my mom, who was a very strict Christian, didn't get that chain letter because I got to keep her. But the second one, whole different story for me. And we have number 2, troll dolls. And this was between the 1990s and the 2000s. The reason why there was panic over them was because of their wild hair, bug eyes, and mischievous grins that led some religious groups to say that they were modeled after Norse demons or pagan spirits, because I just love when they act like they know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yep.
And that they were associated with witchcraft or idol worship by some conservative groups. The claim was that trolls brought bad luck or were guardians of evil spirits.
I did have troll dolls.
I did not. Oh, okay. So I technically had one troll doll, but it's because it was... Okay, we grew up poor, okay? I got a Christmas gift from the food bank, and it was a troll doll. And my mom said, absolutely not. Those are demonic. You are not going to have it. But I hid it under my bed. It had red eyes, red hair. I thought it was cute. Really wanted one, and they were super popular during that time. And I don't know if it's just what my mom had planted in my head, or maybe that particular one was really evil, but I ended up sleeping in my mom's room that night because I had hallucinations while I slept, that troll entity was running circles around me while I slept. I was terrified. But I had night terrors really bad at that time. We have number 3, My Little Pony.
I had the original My Little Ponies from the 80s.
What these ones that were, so I guess they weren't too worried about them from the 1980s. It's when they were renewed in the 2010s, and there was interest with bronies. Bronies are with the dudes that are.
Nope.
So it's men who love My Little Pony. They're called bronies. Okay, so the 2010s. Some conspiracy theorists and religious commenters believed the cartoon, especially Friendship is Magic, promoted witchcraft, paganism, and occult symbology. The use of magic by unicorn characters like Twilight Sparkle was seen as sorcery. Online rumors were that some viral YouTube and Facebook posts claimed that hidden satanic imagery was in the episodes. I've heard that on so many cartoons and shit. Killjoys, I tell you. I had My Little Pony. So, number 4, Pikachu. This was the late 90s and early 2000s.
You leave Pikachu alone.
Pika, Pika. They were accused by some Christian groups of promoting evolution. Oh, because that's so bad.
Because they don't believe in evolution.
And I'm so sorry. I doubt that you're Christian listening to us. But if you are,
they don't believe in evolution.
Yeah.
Like the Lutheran church, the Lutherans, they do not believe in dinosaurs or any of that. I'm like, we literally have their bones. Like, legit have dinosaurs.
That's what the religious groups. Now there's people outside of the religious groups, the radicals, dearest, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. But these are the radical ones that they
just like the world
is flat. They think that the dinosaur bones were planted there to throw us off, and that we're living in the firmament and all that and whatever. It's just like, okay. Leave my dinosaurs alone because I love them. So anyways, accused by some Christian groups of promoting evolution, occultism, and pocket monsters as demons. Pokemon was said to be an acronym for pocket demons, which is false. There was a specific allegation that the Pokemon Kadabra was seen as promoting the occult because of its spoon bending and psychic powers.
Not the spoon bending.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So, number 5, and I get this one. I understand. What I don't understand is how this is a toy, to be honest. But, whatevs. Ouija boards.
Ongoing.
It's ongoing since the 1970s, which our story began in 1970. The 70s were wild, man.
Yeah, they were.
Often portrayed in horror media as a tool for summoning spirits. Many religious groups claim it opens doors to demonic possession or invites evil spirits. Noteworthy, marketed as a toy, but continues to be the center of paranormal and satanic panic stories. Which, side note, we've got to watch that tarot movie if you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
That's the next horror movie that we're going to watch.
Okay.
And number 6, we have Furby. And this,
I loved my Furby.
I've always wanted a Furby.
I've had multiple.
I want an older one, and I want a newer one. But if they talk to each other, that's what I want.
They do.
It's so cute. Okay. Hang on, I got a burp. Excuse me. What was that?
The fuck? Your phone just went off. And then she turned herself off.
Did you guys hear that? That was Siri, and I did not say her name. I only belched and
Giggled.
And she said,
Guys.
Sorry.
Technology is on one.
Damn. I even, no, actually, I forgot to spray this room down. So anyways,
We got haunted.
yeah, okay.
Guess that little girl is here.
So, late 1990s, they were rumored to learn language and spy on people. I did hear that. And I don't doubt it. Some claimed Furbies could speak on their own or activate without batteries, sparking rumors of possession. And then there was an urban legend that some believed they could record conversations and were banned from the NSA facilities.
Yep.
And we got number 7. My favorite growing up. Yes, absolutely.
I had them.
Okay, I still walk down the aisle to look at them.
I don't.
Because, yes, I do.
Well,
And
unless I'm looking for something specific for my daughter, who loves Monster High dolls, not Barbies.
Yep. We have number 7. The Barbie doll. Barbies. So the rumor period was between the 1980s and the 2000s. And it was because some claimed that Barbie promoted vanity and rebellion. Ooh, because rebellion's so bad.
Women should not be heard. They should only be seen
with their ankles covered.
Covered ankles, big boobies, makeup and hair done always, snatch your waistlines, and get in the fucking kitchen with the baby on your hip while pregnant. In heels.
After you've vacuumed and cleaned the entire house and ironed their underwear.
And then go to the room because we got business to tend to.
Pass. So, a few isolated stories claim that possessed dolls moved on their own. And then there's a cultural panic that claims that Barbie reinforced anti-Christian values or occult symbolism in fashion choices. She did. And what? Yep.
We got a closet full of those.
Yep. I was surprised when I saw that one on the list. It's not this one, but the next one, guys, that she's going, what?
It's number 9.
Yeah.
We're on number 8.
So number 8, we have the Teletubbies. And that was between the 1990s and the 2000s when these rumors started to spread. I was not a Teletubby fan, but the children that I babysat watched them. So I don't know all the names, but Tinky Winky, the purple one with the triangle on its head, was accused of promoting homosexuality and occult symbols.
Yeah.
And others believe that the show's odd behavior was subliminal messaging or brainwashing.
Number 9.
Number 9, Beyblades. In the early 2000s, some religious sources said that spinning the tops represented demonic spirits battling for children's souls.
Y'all be just doing the most out there.
Claims included hidden symbols related to summoning or invoking forces. Did they hurt themselves when they reached that high? Like, seriously.
People are wild. People be peopling out here.
I think they need to just have their ways of communication just,
narrowed.
Yeah. You're a little too out there, buddy. We got number 10. This last one is the Tamagotchi.
Which I also had.
I had the Tamagotchi baby. It was a little blue one.
I think mine was like orange.
And I made her a little bed. And I took serious care of that little thing.
I murdered all of mine. And then I kept their bones.
So cruel. What is it with you and bones?
I just like bones.
I like bones.
I just like bones and dead things.
Well, the Tamagotchi was considered addictive and emotionally manipulative.
But then we created cell phones. How's everybody doing with those?
How do you like me now?
Yeah.
Some parents said kids treated them like real souls.
Heaven forbid
I did.
People learn compassion and
empathy.
to take care of things.
I did. I treated it like a real baby.
People are wild.
So some groups feared that the device taught children to worship a digital entity.
Again, phones. These little pocket bullshitters right here.
I bet they wish they could go back to just having their kids
and
worry
watches
about
and TVs and fucking everything else.
iPads, DS's,
Alexas.
or not DS, that's kind of old. Switches.
My kids still have the DS. They love that thing.
I don't know what happened to mine.
PS, all of them. Xbox, all of them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
choose your battles.
Right?
And, I'm a gamer myself, so I'm not going to be like, no, you can't play video games. Yes, there's a period of time. As long as you got your shit taken care of, you go play you some video games.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was a lot of stories about dolls and toys. And basically, it boils down to mass hysteria, fear of the unknown, and internet rabbit holes, which I like to fall down way too
Molly
many
is a
times.
pro at diving down.
Too many times.
But still, maybe don't haunt the creepy dolls, just in case.
And we'll be back soon with our Annabelle Expo recap.
We're very excited.
And hopefully no attachments.
No doll attachments, anyway. Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Subscribe anywhere. And we have Facebook, too. Although it's not as active as the Instagram and the TikTok. TikTok is like the main place. We do go live on TikTok, except for this week, on Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually until about 10 o'clock. We are trying to add in extra live days on occasion, just when we can. Really, right now, the kids are about to go back to school tomorrow, so schedules will shift a little bit, but, I don't know. We're going to see how we can do it. We also have paranormal investigations coming up. We have...
So excited.
Let's see. We have Hannah House. We have the Bell Witch Cave. We have... Well, you have Indiana State Sanatorium, and then there's another one the following night that I don't remember the name of. It's like Bridges or something. Anyway, she's going to those alone because I will be out of state for about 10 days. And then we have another Indiana State Sanatorium and then Waverly Hills. So we're trying to get multiple in a month when we can. Supporting us on TikTok, joining us on our lives, doing the little gifty things. We do have a subscription option on TikTok. It's a monthly subscription. It's like $5 or something like that. Not too much money, just enough to be like, yeah, I can do that. That's like a coffee, guys. Like, forego one coffee a month and you can help support us. But
that we energize you.
We will.
We're sweet.
Right.
If you like your coffee a little on the dark side, we can give you that too.
That too. But that money just goes towards helping us get those locations secured, pay for those investigations, helps us keep doing this, because, our recording studio and the editing, that costs money, helps with getting new equipment to go on those ghost hunts. And then you guys will have, benefits within that subscription platform that are just for the paid subscribers. Gifts on the TikTok lives also help bring money to us in our pockets. And then we make merch. So for those that are like looking at this, which probably will be no one because we haven't been uploading these to the YouTubes, but we do make tumblers, and we are so close to that 1,000 followers mark. So close on TikTok. So if you haven't followed us there, please go do that. We are Ghost Tracks Podcast on all platforms. But once that 1,000 followers mark gets hit, then we can start selling these things as well. On TikTok Shop, or just set up separately. I guess we could do that too. But we have several different options coming. This is just our first one. But again, all of that money is just going back into the podcast to help us bring new content and investigations and videos and fun things for you guys.
Maybe 2 mics. Because we're sharing one.
We are sharing one, and it's fine for right now, but we are looking for one of the like interface thingy majiggers that are like almost $400. So again, it just helps us with updating our equipment and making us sound better to be in your ear holes once a week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty much it, guys. Basically, just remember, respect the dead, question the living, never trust a doll that smiles too much.
Also, if you have any stories, Annabelle or otherwise, creepy dolls of any kind, or just like possessed toys maybe, you can get those over to us at ghosttrackspodcast@gmail.com. So, that's it. Stay split.
Do it. You know you want to. Come on. Follow us.
All right.
Meow right now.
All right. Stay creepy. Bye.
Bye.